Might as well get into it right off the bat, as they say, pun intended, Shohei style.
I'm going to roll with your Shohei, but you brought up Joey Chestnut, and we're going to have him on in about an hour. So I have to ask this. Being that you did give shout-outs and props to Caitlin Clark, welcome to the Clark side.
I mean, that's what Sam's T-shirt says.
Oh, my God, that is a cool shirt.
Thank you. Second time wearing it.
The first time I probably just thought you were a Star Wars nerd.
It is in that same vein.
I thought you just like Clark bars.
What's more miserable?
Clark Griswold.
What's more miserable? The WNBA without Caitlin Clark or hot dog eating without Joey Chestnut? It's sort of comparable, right? I mean, like, you're talking about taking the face of it
Cereal
out of
with
it.
no milk.
Yeah, I mean, is there...
Just use some water.
I can't think of a third comparable.
Ham without the burger.
A hot dog eating contest when you take Chestnut out of it, or the WNBA. You saw what happened with the ratings and ticket sales when she was gone for a couple weeks.
Roseanne without Roseanne. That was the weakest.
That stupid-ass show continued for years.
Know. This ain't Roseanne without Roseanne. Connors, get out of my face. So,
wait, is there a show that... The Office without Steve Carell?
Right, yeah.
2.5 Men without Charlie Sheen?
I'm going to have to go WNBA because it went from everybody talking about it, everybody tuned in, it's really making a push. Cam Newton saying it's bigger than baseball or going to be. Like, yeah, okay. If you revolve it around one person, because when she's not playing, no one's really talking about it the same way. It wasn't the same banter. And as soon as she came back, lighting it up, circus shots, by the way. And everyone, once again, man, she's really different.
Well, yeah, but there were still a few other players people were following that I saw clips of she was out without Chestnut being at Nathan's. We didn't even tune in at all to the competition.
I can't tell you who won.
We didn't even know who won without him.
So that's a good question. Nathan's without Chestnut or WNBA without Caitlin Clark? You know, yes, some NBA players, because we're going to talk about the NBA Finals Game 5 tonight. There's people saying without Woj, there's like, I mean, no offense to Shams, but aren't there people that are saying it's just not the same with the breaking news, new Woj bombs?
I just put a lot more credibility into the WNBA than I do into hot dog eating, but it is an American pastime, and Danny G does make a good point. It really was nothing without Joey Chestnut. Like,
it was completely off our radar.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Nathan Bertoletti, the defending champion, 2024.
His name is even Nathan, and we never even were like, oh, that's coincidental.
I'm sorry. No, I don't know. His name's Patrick. I don't know why I said Nathan because I was thinking of Nathan's. Patrick Bertoletti, I'm sorry. But he ate 58.
You know what? I'm going to write that down. I'm going to ask Joey.
The dude that wears the Red Sox hat?
I'm going to ask Joey Chestnut if he's more important than Caitlin Clark. Let me write that down. You more okay. Well, we'll talk.
I heard the Red Sox traded Devers for Bertoletti. Is that true?
All right, so we'll get to Joey Chestnut. We're going to get to NBA Finals, Game 5 tonight, and I'm sure Elias at the Sports Bureau probably has some stat about whoever wins Game 5 wins such and such percentage of the NBA Finals. So we'll break down a little bit of what we're going to watch tonight. But are you watching that tonight, or is there a bigger story trumping the NBA Finals Game 5?
Well, it's Shohei's return.
Shohei Ohtani.
I think everything takes a backseat to Shohei tonight. It's his first pitching appearance since August 23rd, 2023.
Please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt.
And that's the risk you're taking, but life's a risk, Carnal. And I don't know if it's worth it, but you heard Dan Byer's updates. They're saying 1 to 2 innings. I don't know if there's a pitch count in mind, but 1 to 2 innings. I'm sure everyone's closely going to watch, and everyone's going to be closely watching on TV as well. You know, I think that everybody's tuning into this because you want to see if he brings the juice, what he's about. It's his first game pitching as a Dodger. All of a sudden, it's the hottest ticket to get. So we got that announcement, yesterday, right? Wasn't it yesterday? You're like, damn, Shohei's going to pitch? Just like that. We've been seeing him warm up, obviously, since. But I think even an NBA Game 5, where it's all tied up and you got young superstars playing big, takes a backseat to Shohei Ohtani. That's how massive he is, and that's how great he is for baseball.
I would have told you there's no way in the world a baseball story in June would be more on a lot of people's radar than the NBA Finals Game 5 when it's tied up 2 apiece.
Yeah, people are also supposed to be excited that Giancarlo Stanton's coming back after all the elbow problems, his first game in over 70 games. He's missed the entire season. And you remember the postseason he had last year. He played big.
Doesn't your girlfriend like him too?
I mean, I think all women like him.
Is the best butt in
I hate to
baseball?
tell you, I think
according
your
to
wife
women?
probably likes him too. She
Yeah.
just doesn't tell you.
Um,
But he's the oldest 35-year-old in baseball. 429 home runs. He had 27 dongs last year, and he played big in the
Whoa.
postseason. He makes his return to the already stacked Yankees lineup. And honestly, aside from me, no one gives a diddly squat. And I get it, because Shohei Ohtani makes his return against the Padres.
So ask yourself this about Shohei. There's too many questions. I'm going to give you 5. Number 1, is it bigger than the NBA Finals Game 5? Is a crucial Game 5 in the NBA taking a backseat to the return of the biggest star in baseball returning to the mound in a relatively meaningless
We'll take
June
the temperature
game?
tonight. We'll see all the highlights. You'll see social media. You'll see what's trending, and it's going to be Shohei because of his worldwide dominance and how people love the guy and how big he is for baseball and for the Dodgers. And to see him become the two-way player that everyone was pumped for him to be and how pumped we were to see as a Dodger, it all starts tonight. Remember, he won with the Dodgers. He played his ass off last year, but we never seen him on the mound as a Dodger yet. So think of the greatness he brought as a hitter to the Dodgers. Can he bring that same greatness as a pitcher? That's ridiculous.
MVP greatness, World Series champion greatness?
That's what I mean. So, all right, let's see what he has now. So it absolutely takes precedence over a Game 5, which sounds ridiculous, but that's just my prediction. That's my feeling because, I mean, we've already had a competitive series so far. It's tied at 2. And, I mean, I don't think everyone's that pumped about it. We are. It's been a great series. This is where stars are born. This is where legacies begin and dynasties begin. I get it.
I've never claimed to be a diehard NBA fan. So I'll tell you straight up honest, I'm way more excited to see Shohei take the mound tonight.
I was a little fired down that it's like a 2-inning maximum, but that's expected.
Yeah.
I mean, but I thought maybe they'd give him, depending on how he pitched, a pitch count as opposed to innings.
I'm pretty sure you could still check out both, but if you're asking me what I'm genuinely more excited about, I'd be lying if I'm like, man, NBA Game 5. I'll watch. But I am intrigued to see what Shohei Ohtani does tonight as a Dodger on the mound against a division rival. Like, I know it's June, but it's exciting, Danny G.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Although I am nervous because you saw him hit those couple home runs against the Giants the other day. And
he's in his zone.
Yeah, you do not want the flow to be interrupted as far as his bat goes. Or his legs with stolen bases.
My list of questions is applicable to you and a Dodgers fan. So follow me here, okay? When it comes to Shohei Ohtani tonight returning, first time pitching for the Dodgers, is it because he wants it? Is it because the fans want it? Is it because the Dodgers want to get, quote, their money's worth?
I think they've already got their money's worth.
Is it because the Dodgers...
Answer B, he wants it.
He wants it.
Because the fans want him. If you're a real Dodgers fan, yeah, there's intrigue there and you're rooting for him, but you want him to be healthy and safe. You want no injuries, no risks. You don't want to mess with something that's already working. So I think the real fan, the real Dodgers fan, it's not for them. The casual fan, or the baseball fan, I should say, me, I think we're intrigued because, hell yeah, let's see it. But this is all because he wants to be that guy because he can be that guy.
And then the next question is, with the Dodgers currently being one of the best teams in baseball, do they need it? And then the final question is it all those combined and just overall good for baseball? And that answer is obviously yes.
Well, right now they do need it because they are so injured in the starting pitcher / bullpen category that, to have an Ohtani out there is only good right now. But in the long term, you just hope that none of these ugly injuries rear their heads ever again because he's had not one but 2 surgeries on that elbow. So you just pray that there's not going to be anything bad that comes from this.
This goes back to one of our famous examples here, and it's the question, you guys remember when Farrah Fawcett died? The answer is probably no, because it was overshadowed by when Michael Jackson passed away. Michael Jackson gets all the attention, all the headlines, and even though, hey, we miss Farrah Fawcett and she was a legend and all that, Michael Jackson took precedent over everything, right? So he takes the headline, and unfortunately, Farrah Fawcett takes the back seat to this story. Shohei is the biggest story of the night. Everything else, Giancarlo Stanton, Game 5, the NBA Finals, everything else that happens between now and then takes a backseat to that. That's how big it is. And again, not just in the world of baseball and here in America, worldwide. That's the difference. He's that much of a megastar. And that answers your question again, Rich, about the Dodgers want what they pay for. They've already gotten their money.
No
they
doubt.
got it back last year.
I just wonder, is there anyone that's like, man, we paid him $70 million to pitch and hit? Is that even a sentiment, or is it like, no, we have Shohei Ohtani. It doesn't matter.
Had they not won the World Series, you might hear some of that, but
Maybe.
I think that put it to bed.
And he's proven to be the star everybody wanted him to be. The guy he's a freak. He really is a freak of nature, and that's why everyone's tuned in and everyone's excited to see, hey, he might get rocked. We just want to see, like, yo, is he dominant or is he a little sus right now? Is he going to get rocked by the Padres? Keep in mind, you don't think the Padres have something to say about this? You don't think that they're getting together and they're like, yo, man, we played today, we win today, that's it.
You're a big baseball fan. I am. Danny is. Matt just hit us up in Minnesota at COVINO RICH. He goes, you guys are nuts to think Ohtani pitching trumps the NBA Finals.
It does. It does.
I think it does. I
don't think there's any question. I understand the magnitude of a finals versus a regular season game.
I think it's up for debate. I mean,
yeah,
there's NBA fans that are like, you serious? I will say this.
If it was a win or go home sort of game, then yeah, now we're talking. This is a game 5.
A crucial game 5.
It's a crucial game 5, but it's not, hey, someone's winning tonight.
It's not game 7.
Yeah, it's not a game 7.
Cove, you gave the Farrah Fawcett Michael Jackson analogy, and that's just life, right? Like, whatever's going on in your world, you don't need to be a celebrity, a mega superstar in sports or entertainment, but your news is only as big as what else is going on in everyone's world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, you could say if someone unfortunately passes away on the same day as a bigger celebrity, they're not going to get the headline. I always call it the office, drunk at the office party scenario. If you're drunk at the company like holiday party, if someone's more drunk and they're like humping random strangers and they're like doing toast and falling off of tables, no one will remember that you were a drunk fool at the party because that's the drunkest fool. And I think that sometimes you're just comparing yourself to what's the biggest story. Because
it's like when we were on a plane with O.J. Simpson, which is a true story. We were on a plane with O.J. Simpson, and we said, man, if this plane goes down because of karma, we're like we're barely a blurb. It's like O.J. Simpson dies from karma in a plane crash. And on board
and 2 national radio
and
hosts.
2 weenie radio hosts.
And they would have misspelled you. And also Steve Corvino.
And Convino and Rick were also on the flight. No one cares at that point. So, again, I think, this is our prediction. We're not guaranteeing it. This is our prediction. We'll see how the public feels about it tonight. That's the fun of it. Are you going to see more coverage and headlines? I mean, everybody's algorithm's different, but are you going to see more coverage and excitement for Shohei back or a game 5?
Check social media, and I'll tell you why. Because ESPN all of a sudden hates baseball, and they,
I wonder why.
They lick the sweat off the basketball shoes of the NBA.
They probably hate the fact that ratings are growing everywhere, and their contract is up. They're done with baseball. So bad timing for them. That's like when you break up with a girl and then she gets real hot afterward.
I broke up with a girl once and she got huge boobs after we broke up.
Guess
and
what?
I remember
Baseball has huge boobs now, and ESPN's like, man.
This may change with a game-winning shot tonight.
Can we hang out one more time?
Well, that's also the fun of our also the fun of our conversation, Danny G.
Well, I was going to say,
if basketball has like a nail biter overtime game, that could be cool.
Yeah,
but over the weekend, I saw more clips and I got hit up with more text messages about that Lance Stevenson Dwight Howard fight.
Me too.
In the Big 3 than I did Game 4 in the NBA Finals.
People like drama show, man. That was a really cool moment. Again, it was an ugly scene. But when you see Dwight Howard and Lance Stevenson going at it, into the stands, wrestling, people love that. So, yeah, I saw the same thing. What are people going to be buzzing about? That's really what we're asking you. And what do you care most about?
Well,
remember, we're not Dodgers fans.
Hey, little tortilla boy.
Danny is.
And I say that respectfully because I'm comparing you to, as you love to call her, the little tortilla girl. Hard shell or soft shell? Why not both? I look at it this way. It's a Monday, which would normally be like a Monday. Now you got
Monday fun day.
Yeah,
bro.
you got Shohei pitching and Game 5. So if anything, you can't bitch and complain. You got two cool things to watch tonight.